Hello from Beer Australia Reviews, and today we are going to be sampling, tasting and reviewing some of this. This is Homestead Brewery Kaiser's Choice, which is actually it's a Weizen beer that's made in the Swan Valley, just a few miles inland from Perth in Western Australia. Now, let's get the thing out because, let me show you first off. Okay. It's a Weizen beer, so you've got to treat it like you do with any sort of a German style wheat beer. You've got to give it a bit of a swirl around like they do in Germany. Make sure you get the sediments out of the thing, and then we'll get it into the glass. Now, this comes from a place called Mandoon Estate, which is a vineyard, which is, like I say, it's in the Swan Valley in the Caversham area, just inland from Perth in Western Australia. And they've opened up something of a resort there in recent years, and so the resort is called Mandoon Estate. They've got like restaurants and things. It's a wedding venue is the big thing that you can do there. But me and my wife visited this place last week, and we stayed for a couple of nights. And I went into the brewery and had a pint of, well, I had first off, I think it was a pale ale what I had, and then I had the Weizen beer, and oh, was I surprised. Let's get this one in the can, out of the can, in the glass, because that is exactly what you're here for. Okay. Right. Should be cloudy, light coloured, like the Weizen beer, like a light, cloudy wheat beer. Okay. It's got loads of aroma, this one, straight away. Okay, let's give that one a swirl around, get the last bit of it into the glass, and I'll tell you a bit about it. Okay. Right, so there you go. Homestead Kaiser's Choice. Okay, now, so let me give you a bit of info about this one. So apparently the brewery was built with the expertise of a German company called Kasper Schultz. So the owners of Mandoon Estate actually brought the German brewery manufacturers over to Australia and had them build a genuine German brewery, or German style. Obviously it's in Australia, so you can't have a genuine German brewery, with all of the equipment imported as well from Germany. And when you taste this beer, you will find out, right, that was actually worth it. This is possibly one of the best wheat beers I've ever tried. This is like better than stuff like the Weizenstefana that you get all over the place in Australia. The Weizenstefana, if you get this in the UK or in Europe, it's actually a cheap brand. It's not a premium brand. So the fact that this one is actually even better than a cheap German brand, it shows you, like, you can make decent beer in Australia. Let's give this one a go. It's got all the aromas that you expect. Now, from the can, right, not on the website, because if you have a look at the website, there's nothing whatsoever. There's no information. It's just about the venue. There's no information about the beers on their websites. Now, I didn't go searching far and wide for the information because the information is actually on the can itself. It says it's a traditionally brewed Bavarian wheat beer with the classic combination of soft, bready wheat malt and hints of banana and clove. And yes, is the answer. It's got a tang, it's got a fizz, it's got sweetness, it's got a little bit of bitterness, it's got dryness, it's got malt. It's got the aromas, it's got a little bit of citrus, and then it definitely does have this banana is definitely there, and the clove is definitely there, so it's like a bit of a spicy flavour in there. Yeah, right. This is as good as just about any wheat beer that's out there. This is definitely the best Weizen beer, wheat beer German style wheat beer that I've tried and I've drank since I've been in Australia. This is just the best thing. This has gone straight into my top 5 beers of 2022. It's pushed out it's pushed out the bottom beer from that one, right? Because this is just a revelation. Now, bit more information. So the this Mandoon Estate Vineyard can actually trace its way back all the way to the 1830s. It was one of the first ever vineyards that was planted in Western Australia back in like the 1840s or 50s, and it was in the same family for like over 100 years. And then it was recently bought by a developer who has now built the resort. So it's a hotel that you can go and stay at. We stayed in one of the rooms there. It's what's it called? The Colony is the name of the hotel on site. There's loads of weddings going on. I think over the weekends we were there. There were 3 or 4 weddings that were going on. They've got a really nice restaurant in there as well. So the first time I tried this one was actually sitting in the restaurant, having a cheese course, and this just went perfectly well with the cheese course. This is like a real. This is like I say, one of the best Weizen beers you will ever try. Now, the only problem is, Homestead Brewery, you can't get it in many places. I've just had a trip over to the Besk shop in West Leadsville, in between like Subiaco and West Leadsville, and it's the closest stockist, and they didn't have any. So this is still my couple of cans that I brought back from Mandoon Estates last week when we were there. This is the last one of them. I thought I'd better review the thing before I drink them all, but definitely I will be going back and getting some more of these. This is possibly vying for my best beer of 2022. It's right up there with the Freestyle Brewing Magic Juice Nipa that I've had recently, and a couple of others that have been really good. Oh, right. So, right, have a look at it. It's Homestead Kaiser's Choice Weizen beer. Yeah, made from all of the usual sorts of ingredients that you'd expect in that one. A mix of wheat and barley malts, and yeah, it's got aroma, it's got citrus, it's got tang, it's got a little bit of bitterness, but you shouldn't have deep bitterness. This is not the same as like an over hopped sort of a malt beer. It's not that style. It's supposed to be light. It's refreshing. This one, it's 5% ABV, and it's an excellent beer. It's so good, we're actually going to book and go back there again in another few months just to have a couple of days there so I can spend a bit more time in the brewery drinking the beers fresh out the barrel. Anyway, right, I think I'm going to cut this short. You're getting the idea about this one. Kaiser's Choice from Homestead Brewery. It was a new one. I had not even heard of the brewery before we went there. When I turned up to the place, the resort itself is a little bit plasticky. It's a brand new place that's been built in the last few years, in the last decade. So they've built a wedding venue and like a sort of a modern looking. It looks a little bit like a modern motel sort of a thing, but it's definitely like a resort hotel. And I was a little bit worried when I seen what that was like, what the beers were going to be like, because I didn't anticipate that they would put the quality of the effort in to make their beers when I looked at the rest of the place, because it looked like a place where they were just trying to bring in the money and were not particularly fussed about the quality of what you got for the money. But this is just a revelation. If you can find it, try it. Just get yourself some, right? Because this is excellent. Anyway, I think at this point I'm going to cut this one short because I'm going to finish this glass off. Banana cloves. Not the bubblegum that you get with some. Some of them have a bubblegum flavour as well, but tang. It's smooth but tangy. Ooh, fresh. Right. Anyway, enjoy your beers. I'm going to enjoy this one. Thanks for watching.